Hello, this is your local news, your international news reporter, and it's my job to bring you country, cultural, and world news from around the globe. So today is March 31st, 2020, and so let's get started. Today is South Korea is going to hold a 14-day quarantine hold for anybody coming in as of April 1st or beyond. South Korea air travel has gone down from 200,000 a day to 7,000 in travelers. They will hold all travelers for 14 days at $82 a night. So I want to point this out here that they've lost 193,000 travelers a day, so that's been a massive hit to the tourism community. South Korea did have something like this before off of the Jeju Islands when China revolted against South Korea's THAAD system and put hardships on Latte Mart and therefore dried up the Chinese tourism. But this is far worse. This is probably similar to in your own home country. Now, in contrast, Vietnam has done this for about 2 weeks already before they closed international airports down. But they provided it as a free service. Now, all travel, even domestic, is shut down between cities. Yes, in the past week or so, Vietnam soldiers have actually been sleeping outside in dirt piles while tourists that came in for the 14-day free quarantine were staying either in 4-star hotels or in barracks, and in some cases were even protesting that they were treated bad, which they were, but there's news articles for that. Particularly England was kind of snootish at this. All right, moving on. I'm unsure, but I don't think the U.S. has had implemented any 14-day quarantine yet for international travelers. Maybe certain countries, but not worldwide travelers. Moving on. South Korea will open middle school and high school for online teaching on April 9th. Not all students will have a computer to access online lessons, as some are poor and the government doesn't provide PCs to students. At least Korea has high-speed internet that may reach every household. Maybe PC clubs can fill in the gap for those students without a PC. Other countries like the US may offer free iPads and internet access, but they do lack the infrastructure and stable connections for all the students to use. Still, other countries like Vietnam use the TV to teach lessons currently, as they lack good internet and PCs in households. So how about your country? How are they handling this? Planes, trains, and buses going around to stop the spread of the virus, and how are they going about teaching your students for this prolonged time? Let me know in the comments below. Moving on. Smartphones in South Korea can be labeled as a dangerous weapon. Today, in the newspaper in Korea, a local court ruled Tuesday that smartphones can be used to hit and injure others in a crime or criminal offense as an assault and punishment as per relevant laws. Basically, there was a 25-year-old who got in a fight with somebody. He used his phone to hit somebody on the head. When he did that, he broke the person's jaw, and they did it a few weeks in the hospital and thus had to pay medical bills. So the court said a cell phone is a deadly weapon. Go to jail and pay fines. Now, it could be scary because your country might follow a similar route. Be careful what you do with your cell phone. In other news, in America and many countries, they've been asking for tests for the results, which to me has been pretty crazy. Because what's the point of testing you today and then tomorrow you can have the virus? And I've asked this question, nobody can really answer. So here's a classic example. A Navy officer in South Korea who recovered from the virus fully recovered, and then they caught it again. So did others. So what? Are you going to have police officers who go in every day, and take a test out at the beginning of their shift every day, they can be instant test. I mean, how are you going to regulate that? To me, that's you can't do it. But maybe you guys have a better solution, so leave your comments about that below. Um, so yeah. Now, this is taking place in Vietnam, but cover up or pay up. They implemented this law a few days ago. In Vietnam, the government has implemented everyone must wear a face mask. If you are caught without one, you will be fined $2 million or 50 US dollars. In contrast, many U.S. cities have citizens in lockdown in their houses. If you go out, you can be fined. My friends in California were fined $200 for being outside. And this is true. So personally, you should wear a mask anyway, particularly all over Asia. Before this even happened, air pollution as bad as it is. So protect yourself, cover up. Communities at work. Now, I like to share this because volunteering and helping out is always awesome. LG Korea today, they donated 50,000 tests for the virus to Indonesia. In Vietnam, has donated 200,000 US to help the ASEAN nations fight this disease. In the Taipei Times, there's a South Korean there named Kim Bok-rok. He made his living off of shoes. He donated 8 acres worth 500,000 US. He gives money to these people he needs over his own Down syndrome son. He does take care of his family, but he places his love for his people not over that, but he loves his people as well as his family. So he's not necessarily selfish. Okay. So here's my question for you. What has your city, country, or companies done to help fight this virus? I like to hear. I like that in times like this, everybody's scared, and it's really nice to know what good things are going on around you. And we should promote that because it makes you feel better when you hear or do something positive. So go for it. As of today, the Olympics were postponed. Wow, this has been going on for a while, and it is actually kind of funny because a little bug postpones the Olympics. Now, keep in mind, if I recall right, the only time it really ever was canceled was World War I and World War II. That are the only 2 times that they've ever canceled. Even the Spanish flu and such, they kept up going. But nope, not this case. All right, so but yeah. So, to be fair though, in this case, the NBA, which is basketball league, the hockey league, and many other American sports have shut down, and that's kind of gone on most of around the world. But that's okay. While times like this are going on, you can still do your yoga. You can still go do jogging. You can do gumdo. You can do snorkeling. You can do many sports, either solo or small groups. Just don't go out big groups. China rejects Taiwan's help. When this whole thing happened, the Taiwanese government had prepared 10,000 units of protective medical gear in which were planned to be delivered to China as part of a charter flight, but the Chinese side declined their offer. Keep in mind, you probably read between Australia and the U.S. newspapers and such that China, before this whole thing happened, they were buying up supplies and sending them back to China. Well, in this case, Taiwan did send supplies to the government of China to help, but they rejected it, probably because China doesn't want to accept something that when they feel they own Taiwan. So, anyway, that is my thought. What has your country done to help other countries in this time of need? Let me know. Leave your thoughts below. And then I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. So please like, subscribe, and leave your comments below. And stay tuned later this week for more comments. Have a good day. Bye-bye.